Get ready for the most controversial M. Night Shyamalan ranking you'll ever hear. What's going on, guys? My name is Trevor. Welcome to my channel. Knock at the Cabin just came out, making it M. Night Shyamalan's 15th movie. So today we're ranking all of the M. Night Shyamalan movies that I've seen. There are 2 movies that I've seen. Those 2 movies are Wide Awake and Praying with Anger. I have not seen those. I couldn't find them, and they're M. Night's first 2 movies. Haven't heard great things, so I'm not including those on this list. So I'm ranking all 13 M. Night Shyamalan movies that I have seen. But let me know your ranking down below in the comment section. Where does Knock at the Cabin fall? And what is your favorite twist M. Night has ever given us? This is going to have spoilers for pretty much every movie on this list, so if you haven't seen The Village or Signs or The Sixth Sense, definitely don't watch this video. Before we get into ranking, hit the like button, subscribe button, notification bell so you don't miss out on any future videos. Let's get into this. So at number 13, The Lady in the Water. I tried to watch this the other day and I turned it off about 25 minutes and it is in last place from default. I was not a fan of the first 25 minutes. Bryce Dallas Howard's in there. It's A Lady in the Water, and I just wasn't for me, and I said I'm not going to put myself through this, so by default, Lady in the Water is in last. At number 12, Avatar: The Last Airbender. The animated Avatar: The Last Airbender series is one of my favorite shows of all time. So coming into this movie, when I watched it as a kid, I was head over heels excited for it. But when you're 10 and 11 years old watching a movie you're excited for, and even at that age, you're like, that movie was awful. Says quite a bit of it. They changed the character's name of Aang to Ung. All the bending was in slow motion. I don't know what happened here, if the studio was like, this is the worst movie ever made, they gotta try to spice it up, or if M. Night didn't even have the reins on this movie. I have no idea what happened, where it went, but it's one of the worst movies ever, and it's probably my least favorite movie of all time. At number 11 is going to be After Earth. They marketed this to be one of the most epic telling stories of all time, with Will Smith and Jaden Smith. The first time these two are back together since Pursuit of Happiness. It has to be great, right? Wrong. This movie just sucks. From start to finish, it sucks. The acting is terrible. Jaden Smith looks like he's never even acted before. Will Smith is a monotone dude whose legs are broken and isn't playing the whole freaking movie. It had so much potential, and it seamlessly fell through the cracks. I like a lot of M. Night movies, but these bottom 3, what happened, M. Night? What the hell happened? Speaking of what the hell happened, The Happening. This movie is so bad it's laughable, and you've probably heard that countless times over. I watched this movie about 2 weeks ago in preparation for this ranking, and Mark Wahlberg, hey, how you doing? Even he's not good in this movie. I don't understand what the script was of this movie, and I understand like the whole twist, like Mother Nature's trying to kill us. So that's a cool little twist right there and a deeper meaning to the movie. The dialogue in this movie is unbearable. The characters' decisions are awful, and Mark Wahlberg is just... Sometimes, man, the movies he picks, I just don't understand what happened with The Happening. I'm curious. At number 9 is Old. This was the last M. Night Shyamalan movie I had to watch in order for this ranking. I just watched it a couple days ago. When I first watched it, I was like, that movie sucked. I did not really like it. I started thinking about it more. I started watching a couple of videos on it, and I saw some people who actually were positive on it, and they made me think about it a little bit more. So this isn't awful. It's just, it's up there a little bit better. The premise of this movie is interesting, but again, it is still a little bit dumb. The only thing that I could kind of relate to in this is I heard people saying that like time is precious, and that's what a lot of people got out from this movie. That like you never know how much time you have in life. Every day is going by, so like that has definitely a little bit of a deeper meaning. But other than that, I won't go back to watch Old ever again. At number 8, from this point on, I would say I have some enjoyment for all these movies. And when I said this is a controversial ranking, I feel like we're doing okay so far, but at number 8 is Unbreakable. And that's definitely probably my hottest take on this list. This movie just was never for me. I never really gravitated towards it. I've only seen it one time, so I maybe need to go back and rewatch it again. But I heard so many people saying this is one of the greatest comic movies of all time, and Samuel L. Jackson is one of the greatest villains of all time. Bruce Willis is one of the greatest heroes of all time, and for me, it just wasn't that. I found myself extremely bored throughout this movie. While I enjoy certain aspects of it, I just didn't love it as much as I wanted to. And that's a hot take. I'm aware. You can hit the dislike button now. At number 7 is The Visit. I have a distinct memory with this. I saw it with 4 of my friends on a Friday night after school, and we thought this movie was hilarious. Well, they did. I thought it was pretty creepy. And I'll argue that The Visit is actually a pretty creepy movie. But when that old lady's saying, can you get in my oven? You're thinking like, oh my god, are they gonna die in there? But they don't. It keeps you on the edge of your seat. When I was with my friends, they were just laughing up a storm, and it made it for more of a comedic time. But for me, I was genuinely creeped out by this movie. While the 2 old people were like escaped mental patients, I thought that twist kind of worked. I was kind of like, whoa! That was crazy. I just have a good memory of watching The Visit in theaters, so that's why it's a little higher on this list. Thought Unbreakable was a hot take. Here we go. At number 6, The Sixth Sense. The Sixth Sense is a great movie. When Bruce Willis being dead the whole time, a little kid, I see dead people. That is one of the greatest twists ever, but I'm gonna relate this to like a Fight Club. Once you see this movie once, the whole twist factor just falls off because you know what to expect now. So going back on rewatch, I find this movie not that rewatchable. The first time watching this movie, I was so invested. That twist blew my mind. But on rewatch, trying to rewatch it, it doesn't hit the same. And that's why it is a little bit lower. Probably M. Night Shyamalan's best twist, but not my favorite movie of him. At number 5 is Signs. Joaquin Phoenix and Mel Gibson. Signs is a great movie. I really enjoy this movie. I've only seen it the one time like a lot of these M. Night Shyamalan movies. But the twist in this movie with the aliens being allergic to water, of all things, that seems like that's been done time and time again. But this movie goes into faith, and Mel Gibson's character is losing his faith, and it has some great performances, but comes off just a little bit cheesy every now and then. I really enjoy Signs. I think it is a really solid movie, but with the twist with the aliens being allergic to water, never really sat well with me, and I think that's kind of for a lot of people. At number 4, Knock at the Cabin. The more I think about this movie, the more I like it. My favorite thing about this movie is how tense it was from start to finish. It doesn't waste any time. You're sitting there white-knuckling, gripping your seats because you have no idea where this movie's going to go. Great performances, especially from Dave Bautista, and Ben Aldridge is great as well, but Dave Bautista turns in a career best performance here. While I wasn't the biggest fan of the ending, I really love how this movie started and how it didn't let go of you to the very end. Knock at the Cabin, almost return to form for M. Night. I gave it a 3 out of 5 the other day, but the more I think about it, the more I like it. At number 3, The Village. I think The Village is arguably his best twist besides The Sixth Sense, that they're in modern day the whole time. Once that happened, I was knocked on my ass. I had no idea where this movie was gonna go. Filled with great performances, nice tension in there, and when Bryce Dallas Howard escapes through the woods and finds out that nothing's actually gonna happen because this dude's been lying to him the whole time, that just worked for me, and it made me enjoy this movie that much. And this one, honestly, has that scare factor, has that fear factor. It has you on edge, and that's why I love it. I mentioned a controversial ranking, but at number 2 is Glass. I loved this movie. When I saw it in theaters, I bought it on Blu-ray. Bruce Willis, James McAvoy, Samuel L. Jackson, while it does have some dumb decisions in there with how these characters go, and the budget isn't all the way there with a big epic battle, it definitely could tell the budget isn't all the way there. I was not a fan of how these characters were killed off, but I still think it wrapped this trilogy up nicely. But at number 1 is going to be Split. This is the one movie on this list I've seen more than 5 times. I loved it. I saw it opening day in theaters, and I had seen this before I saw Unbreakable, and I had no idea it was a long-awaited sequel to Unbreakable. But James McAvoy is one of the greatest performances ever you'll see in a movie. He's playing so many different characters. My name's Hedwig. I have red socks. He's playing all these different characters. He gets jacked out of his mind. And Anya Taylor-Joy turns in a fantastic performance for the first time I've ever seen her. But you are just gripped from start to finish because you have no idea what this guy's actually about, because you have no idea who to believe. Is he messing with them? Is he actually have this personality disorder? What is the beast? Why do we keep talking about it? I think from start to finish, this movie gripped you in. It is a claustrophobic, terrifying movie, and several times throughout it, you're going, go, 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 go! You're rooting for those characters, and it makes it for the most enjoyable movie to watch of M. Night's for me. So my favorite M. Night movie is Split. I told you it's gonna be a controversial ranking, but let me know your ranking down below in the comments section. How high up is Unbreakable? Where is Glass? I know that's probably my biggest hot take of the day, but thank you guys so much for watching. Hit the like button, subscribe button, notification bell so you don't miss out on any future videos. I'll see you in the next one.